Hello, and welcome back to Fan Fatales, a member of the Real Fans Network. I'm Emma.
And I'm Gabby, and in this episode, we are going to be visiting the wizarding world once again of Harry Potter to a time even before Tom Riddle was like freaking born. Like, we're going like way back.
That's right, and today we will be discussing the first two Fantastic Beasts films as we prepare for the April 15th release of The Secrets of Dumbledore.
Woo woo.
Yes.
So, ready?
Yes.
Cool.
So, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The synopsis of the first one is the adventures of Ryder Newt Scamander in New York's secret community of witches and wizards 70 years before Harry Potter reads his book in school. What?
What?
What does that mean?
Oh, like before he reads Newt's book.
Oh. That could have been worded better.
Way better.
I think I got this one from HBO too.
Oh, that was stupid. The HBO, the ones on the streaming services suck.
Yeah. So it was directed by David Yates, who directed the final 3 or 4 Harry Potter films.
Yeah, he directed a lot of them.
Yeah, he's been with the series. It
for a
came
while.
Out in 2016, and the cast includes Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander, Catherine Waterston as Tina, Alison Sudol as Queenie, Dan Fogler as Jacob Kowalski, Colin Farrell as Graves, Ezra Miller as Credence Barebone, Samantha Morton as Mary Lou, and I'll put this one in Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. In the 1920s, Muggles was U.S. slang for marijuana cigarettes. This may explain why members of the U.S. wizarding community don't use the term to mean non-magical people and call them no-mages instead.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I never actually knew that.
I found that out because I was really mad about it. So I was like, why do they not call them Muggles, and why do they call them no-mages this time around? And that's what I found out.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is that Eddie Redmayne was the only choice for Newt Scamander, and that he didn't even have to audition. And he also took part in casting other roles.
Yes.
Because they were like, no, we have to have Eddie Redmayne. We don't care who else we have to have. We gotta have Eddie Redmayne. That's how you know. That's wow. I would love to have that one day.
Same. And
if somebody was just only you. You're the only person we want.
And then the final fun fact is actor Eddie Redmayne watched different mating dances and came up with the mating dance for the Erumpent scene in Central Park, which I just love.
Which is so cute. That's adorable.
So I had a little history to it, and I alluded it in my third bullet point, which is the theme song for this movie, the ba-da-da-da-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da, that thing.
Yeah.
It brings me back to my marching band days. So this came out in 2016. So I was 15 years old. So I was a freshman, sophomore in high school. Mm-hmm. And my junior year of high school, I'm dating myself to be so young.
Yeah, we're babies. But no, I read your fourth bullet point and I just couldn't stop laughing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But my junior year of high school, my band directors fought for the rights to write a Fantastic Beasts themed marching band show that they now get money from people who now do the show. My band directors wrote the Fantastic Beasts marching show, so we got to perform it first, and that was my junior year show.
Wait, that's really cool. Okay.
So watching this first movie, I was like, oh, this is where this was in the marching show and all that stuff. So I love this movie. I love the music in this movie. So yeah, the newspapers.
Stop. No, the newspaper line, the one, okay, she wrote, I can't even keep it together, this is so funny.
So it kept on doing where is Grindelwald? Who is Grindelwald? And then I was like, why is Grindelwald?
from? That's a reference from something else, right?
Guardians of the Galaxy. Or no, it's
Oh,
Endgame.
duh.
It's Endgame. No, Infinity
Duh.
War. Infinity War.
The who is Gamora? No, I'll do you, or where's Gamora? I'll do you one better. Who's
Who
Gamora?
is
I'll do you
Gamora?
one better.
Better.
Why
Why is Gamora?
Is Gamora? Yep. Okay. That every time that joke just tickles my funny bone. I think it's like the pinnacle of comedy. I don't know why. Okay. So we open up the movie and Newt is arriving at Ellis Island,
Yes.
going through customs.
I love his coat. I
do too. The whole wardrobe of this whole movie is amazing, especially Queenie's wardrobe. I want all of it.
Same.
Especially that giant pink coat that she wears when she has the case and she's leaving.
I know, right?
Yeah, that coat is amazing. I was
love it.
I need it. I need that pink dress. I need when they go to the like bar. I was like, need that.
Yes.
Need all. I just need her. Whole wardrobe.
Yes.
So anyway, open the movie. Newt is at Ellis Island getting checked through customs, and then he has this super cool briefcase case thing that he just like clicks a little button,
right?
and it's like,
And it becomes Muggle's eyes.
Muggle. Yeah, it's like Muggle worthy or whatever.
It's so cool.
So
I
cool.
love it. Yeah, it's called Muggle worthy.
Yeah, and it's like just like clothes and a watch and like little things.
And his Hufflepuff scarf.
I know, which is so cute.
I love it. I love him.
So yeah. So then he goes into New York. He's like, whoa, this is cool. Shows up at the bank, and there's oh gosh, what's her name?
Tina?
Not Tina, the other lady. The mom.
Oh, Mary Lou.
But that's not what they call her. They call her something else. Do they call Mrs. something? I can't remember what their last name is now.
Hold on. Barebone.
Barebone, that's right. Oh, it's literally
Yeah.
right there. It says Credence Barebone. We're big brain today.
But yeah, she's like being like, "Are you a seeker of truth?" He goes, "I'm more of a chaser, really."
I know, which was like, what?
I love it. Well, no, it's Quidditch. Like, he would be the chaser position.
Yeah, I just put that together. Oh my gosh, because he's not a
That's literally
okay, that joke makes a lot more sense to me now. I was like, okay.
Yeah, he's not a seeker.
Okay,
he's a chaser.
I get it now. Because he's not
I literally
a seeker,
wrote
he's
that
a chaser. Okay, got it.
in my notes. Also, how
I'm not
old is
looking at
Credence
yours, I'm
supposed
looking
to
at
be?
mine.
Okay. How old is Credence supposed to be?
I assumed like 18.
Okay. Because, like...
Right? Like,
yeah, like,
I feel
Ezra
like he's
Miller
like 18.
looks so old compared to, like, how old Credence, I feel like, is supposed to be.
Well, no, they say, like, he's, like, not supposed to be, he's, like, well over 10. Right?
Yeah.
We'll get there.
So I'd
But
assume, like, 18, yeah.
I think I would assume at least 18, if not 19 or 20.
Yeah.
But
It's just, like, he looks so old in the second one that
in
I'm
the
like...
second movie, yeah.
Yeah, which is supposed to be, like, 5 months later, they say.
But it literally looks like it's like been 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay. So he shows up, goes to the bank, and I don't know how nobody notices that there's a freaking niffler on them. Like, he's just like running around and like jumping onto people. Like, how does nobody notice?
Also, the Niffler's kind of a jerk for stealing from the homeless man on the steps of the bank.
Also, yeah,
Like,
he's kind of a jerk. So I just don't
are
understand.
Niffler's bodies like what Hermione's bag is
I think so.
in Deathly Hallows?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because like it just keeps coming out. Like, he has like coins and jewels and necklaces and jewelry, and it's just like falling out for like
Ever.
too long.
Yeah.
when they finally find him in the safe.
It's almost as long as the, like, burp in Elf.
Yes. Where it's just, like, a little too long. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, this was a funny joke for the first 5 minutes of it. Like, can we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Like, okay, we got the point. He hold way more than he should. Okay, yep. Okay, now it's just egregious. Yes.
I realized that later on I made another Guardians of the Galaxy reference.
Good,
in my
we'll
notes.
get there. Good. The other thing is, how did nobody else notice when Newt, like, Acio'd Jacob to come over to him before he apparated?
I know, right?
Like, what?
I feel like it's supposed to be kind of like the Platform 9 3/4. Like, how do you not see people just disappearing into the brick wall?
Yeah, exactly. It's like one of those things where you're just like I know people aren't, like, perceptive, but people aren't that unperceptive. You know, they're going to notice a guy just, like, whoop, and then disappearing.
I'm going to make a reference to another series. Mm-hmm. In the Percy Jackson series, they have this thing called the Mist, and it hides, like, all of the, like, magical or, like, godly stuff from the mortals, and they explain it. And they explain that they can warp it to make it, like, the mortals see, like, a pin instead of a sword and stuff like that.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I feel like the Harry Potter franchise needs to explain it like that.
Otherwise, it's like you're constantly obliviating people all the time.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole reason the movie starts is because Tina sees him apparate.
Yeah.
With
so
Jacob.
It would make more sense if it was, like, mist around all the mortal people, and then she was able to see through it.
Because she's a wizard. Or a witch.
A witch, yeah.
Exactly. So, anyway. Then they go into the vault, get caught.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say... I'll say this after. Well,
sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll say it after you explain the plot.
The plot, okay. So they go into the vault, get caught, and then he just, like, Petrificus Totalis is that guy, petrifies him. But then it's like,
the boss
okay,
guy?
You've petrified him, but he still saw you. Like, it's not like you're, like, invisible now. It's not like he's just gonna forget. I'm like, as soon as he's not gonna be petrified forever. Like, you guys are still, like, wanted criminals.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they disapparate out of the thing, and they go to outside, and that's where the briefcases get switched.
Yeah. How did Newt not realize that the cases were switched until they reached Makusa?
I have no idea.
Like,
you would think the weight difference, because his
has beasts in it.
His has, like, a whole freaking, like, habitat in it. His has, like, a whole, like,
his has a sanctuary of, like, different landscapes.
Yeah. And, like different environments. And it's, like, easily the size of, like, Disneyland in there.
I know. Yeah.
It's huge.
It is.
And then I think, like, maybe, like, it's charmed to be, well, it obviously has to be charmed to be, like, lighter. So, because obviously... But, like, then I was like, well, maybe he's got, like, something on it that makes it feel the same weight as, like a Muggle case. So that way somebody's like, oh, this is suspiciously light. What's in here? And fall down into the Newt's home for
Newt's fantastical
creatures.
Fantastical creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
so
then,
anyway.
we get to Makusa. We see a little bit of the second Salemers. Is that what they're called?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and like them like giving out the pamphlets to the kids.
Yes, which I'm like, this is really sad. But also Newsies and Oliver Twist.
I know. The kid that asks Barebone if it's a witch's mark looks like one of my exes. and I've never been able to, like, unsee it.
What? What?
Yes.
That's so random.
I know, like, and he also looks like the kid that plays, like, the young king in the Maleficent movie, like, the first one. Like, the child.
Yes. Like young King Stefan.
Yes.
Yes, he does. Okay, I see your point. But yeah. And then, oh gosh, the little girl, Prudence.
Charity's the, like, littlest, I think, right?
I thought Charity was the older one.
Oh. Probably.
I thought her name was...
Hold on.
No, Prudence is from Bridgerton. I've been watching Bridgerton.
I have
no,
two.
Her name is...
Oh, it's... So I was wrong with Charity. It was Chastity.
Chastity, that's what it is.
The older one is the teen.
Okay.
And then Modesty is the other one.
That's right. Which is like, what kind of names are these?
I know. But yeah, the girl who plays the teen one, Chastity, she is also in Maleficent 2.
No.
Yeah, she's the evil servant that kills, like, all the, like, people in the church during the wedding.
I haven't seen that movie, honestly.
Really? I saw it once, and she shows up for, like, a couple times to, like, kill a couple, like, creatures and be, like, sidekick to the bad guy. And I was like, you look familiar. Why do you look familiar? And it's because she also plays, like, a creepy evil person in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, this girl has been typecast to play, like, sidekicks to bad people.
Innocent-looking, creepy people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I keep wanting to call her... Now I want to call her Hyacinth, which is also from Bridgerton. I can't. I watched, like, 4 episodes of season 2 yesterday.
I've seen all of season 2.
I'm working on it. I'm halfway.
Okay.
But when Modesty is, like, doing her little thing while she's doing hopscotch, that my mama, your mama, that thing.
Yeah. So creepy.
Gives me the creeps every time.
So
I'm like,
creepy.
Why? I'm like,
my
this is
mommy,
terrifying.
your mommy, witches never die.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Whatever that is. And I'm like, wow, no wonder Credence is like, yeah, I'm not gonna do any magic ever. I understand.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Also, I'll get to this one later because it has to do with what we find out about creatures later.
Okay, so anyway, we see they do the pamphlets, do the meals, blah, blah, blah. Move to Makuza with...
the case, and that's when we find out that the case has been switched.
Yes. Which is like, okay, it happened. Next thing.
And then we get to the apartment complex, or like the tenant that Jacob lives in.
Yes.
And how it's all been destroyed because he let Newt's creatures get out.
Yep.
And the Merlap bit him.
Yes. The Merlap did bite him. And
then they're brought over to the Goldstein's house, Tina and Queenie's.
Yes, but not before Newt fixes the gaping hole in the side of the building. Which I was like, okay, they say gas explosion, and you can see them, like, you could see them starting to say, no, it was a giant rhinoceros, but then I don't know what it is that's like a little thing.
I think he Imperio'd them.
No way.
Or something like an Imperio.
Maybe the creatures are charmed. Maybe they have like a...
Okay.
Because we can literally see that one guy who's like, no, it was a giant rhinoceros, and then he's like, oh, it was gas.
Yeah.
You can see like a little misty mist. So I'm like, was it a charm? Or like, I don't know. There's something there that's never really explained.
And I wish, because I own like the 2 scripts for the first 2, but they're in my house 4 hours away, or else we would be able to like look at the script and figure out what it actually was.
Yeah, but we don't know what it is. Yeah. So, I don't know.
So,
charm, curse, something.
We get with
Imperio.
the strudel. Strudel at the Goldstein's house.
I didn't even get to make my point, which was, how did nobody notice all of a sudden this gaping hole in the side of the building is gone?
Mist.
Yeah,
The Percy Jackson mist.
But they were all like, oh, there was a gas leak and it caused an explosion and now there's a giant hole in the side of the building. And then all of a sudden it's like, just like fixed.
Yeah. I don't
It's
know.
like, that's not how things work.
I don't know.
Okay. That was my point. Anyway, moving on. Next
To
scene,
the
they're taking the
amazing
Goldsteins. Yes, to the strudel.
I just want to eat that strudel.
It does look very good.
Also, Jacob is like, help a brother out whenever Newt is like trying to leave.
I know,
His,
right?
like, little,
He's
like, come on. Like,
come on, man.
I
Be a wingman.
love Dan Fogler? Is that his name? Yeah, Dan Fogler. Who plays...
So cute. Jacob?
Yeah.
Yes,
well, he was
it
in
is
the
so
OG
cute.
cast for Putnam.
He played William Barfay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like, you can kind of tell.
You can totally tell. But he's very... I think Jacob and Queenie are so cute.
They're so cute. Also,
And you could tell, like, the moment he meets her, he's, like, infatuated with her. He's like,
yeah.
oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
And then she's all, don't worry, most people think what you were thinking when they first meet me. I would be mortified.
Same.
So Queenie can, like, read
She's
other
a
people's minds.
legilimate. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she's a
can read people-
legilimate.
Yeah. And the only characters that we really find out about in the Harry Potter series are Snape and Voldemort, who are powerful with legilimency. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Which is why Harry has to take
And then there's Queenie who
occlumency.
just, like, does it.
I know.
Yes. She's just, like, all the time reading everybody's mind. And then we'll get there.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, nothing. I was like, I know.
Okay. So then they're there and he's like, well, I'm going to go check in on my creatures. He climbs down into his little box
Wait,
and he
can
goes.
we talk about him looking like a grumpy child when Tina's serving them the hot cocoa?
Bringing them the cocoa. He's got the blankets all up over him and he's just like curled up in bed, just like, just like stewing.
Like a grumpy little child.
He totally
Like a
does.
grumpy,
He looks like a
5-year-old.
kid. Like a kid that got sent to bed without dessert. Just like
Yeah.
Absolutely. So then she leaves and he throws the covers off. We find out he's still fully clothed. No pajamas, just like regular clothes. And he's like, I'm getting out of here. And he like goes down into his little case, visits his little creatures, and then Jacob goes with. And we get to finally see the creatures on the inside of this case for the first time, which is like, whoa.
Yeah. I love how the case is set up inside, how it looks like the little like sound stages everywhere that are like perfect little
Me too.
environments for each animal or each
For all
creature.
of them.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I
What was
noticed
your favorite
like
beast
when
that we get introduced to in this moment?
I
Or
think
like in the
Frank.
movie. You think Frank?
yeah.
I love Pickett.
Okay.
I love Pickett
I
so
do
much.
love
I think
Pickett,
Pickett
too.
is my favorite.
I do love Pickett too. But I love with Frank the way that Newt looks at him is just like the most like adoration. He's like, it's okay. It's okay. Like just the way he looks at Frank, it just like melted my heart. It's adorable.
Yeah.
And then when he takes Pickett to the other Bowtruckles,
Yeah, Bowtruckles.
and I was like, what are they called? And then I remembered. See, but when he takes him to the other Bowtruckles, and he's like, they're not gonna make fun of you. Like, just go. I was like, oh my god, they make fun of him, the baby.
Yeah.
I felt
Also,
so bad.
whatever creature that Jacob's feeding are adorable as well.
That's what I said.
With the big eyes.
The little yes, they're so cute.
And then this is when we get introduced to the Obscural,
Yes.
which becomes like the whole plot of the rest of this movie.
Yeah.
Is who is the Obscurus?
And
How to stop
why?
them.
Yeah. And then we kind of get a little bit of a background about what the Obscurials are. And
Yes. Which
Newt-
J.K. Rowling has confirmed that Dumbledore's sister had an Obscurus, which is what attacked the boys that caused her father to go to jail.
Oh. That wouldn't make sense to me, though.
I know.
That doesn't really make sense because, like, if they're a magical family,
Well,
Dumbledore is, like...
I think they were in a Muggle community trying to, like, hide out from whatever.
Oh. Okay.
And they were, like, Muggle boys. Because it is mentioned that they're Muggle boys in Deathly Hallows.
Okay.
But, yeah. I'll have to look more into that than right now. Or I can do it now. Hold on. Dumbledore. I forget her name. It's another name. A name. It's Aberforth, Albus, and Ariana? Dumbledore? Yes.
I can't remember.
I don't know how I pulled that name out of wherever. Oh, wait. Never mind. I think so. Never mind. It was a theory I saw that she had an Obscurus. What happened was she was attacked by Muggle boys who saw her practicing underage magic, which left her traumatized to the point of rendering her magical abilities uncontrollable.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why people thought it was an Obscurus, but that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
And then this prompted her father to attack the boys and cause them to go to Azkaban.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and then a magical explosion killed their mother.
Yes, I remember that.
From her, though.
Oh.
It says Ariana accidentally caused a magical explosion that killed her mother.
Ooh. Anyway, we're getting a little off track.
We are.
So, anyway, Newt goes on to explain what the Obscurial is. Yeah, and how he got the one he has.
Yeah, and it's like, what, a 7-year-old girl from Africa?
Yes. And that he couldn't save her life, which is like, ouch.
Yeah. It's so bad. But yeah, so then we get out of the case and they're trying to find the Erumpent in Central Park. And they're on their way to Central Park. And this is where my other Guardians of the Galaxy reference comes in.
Okay.
Because we pass the jewelry store. And then if we're standing there, and I just wrote in, Niffler, I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I became invisible to the eye.
Yes! That is exactly what it is. He's just like frozen.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realized that this is an audio podcast. They can't see what I'm doing.
Well, we'll have video up at some point.
It'll be fine.
Fine.
But he's just standing there frozen, holding these jewels, and he's like, oh, not gonna move. Here comes Newt, and then Newt just
like, really?
What?
And like, he's just like,
yeah, it's that disappointed mom face of just like, seriously?
Yeah.
You're kidding, right?
Yeah.
And then he
scurries off. Breaks the window.
Yeah. I was like, isn't there a spell where you can just like go through the glass without breaking it?
Exactly. Yes.
I don't know what it is.
I don't either.
But you can.
Yeah. And then we get through and we get the Erumpent in the case after the little mating dance.
Yes.
And they go back in the case. And that's when Tina like sits on the case to bring it to Makusa Court.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when we see the president again. I don't remember her name. But yeah, she looks like a Capitol member from Hunger Games in this scene.
She does.
I think it's the wig. I think it's the wig.
I think the whole movie, the way they have her hairstyled, the whole movie, I'm like, oh my gosh. But I also really don't like her.
Oh, I don't either.
She kind of gives me like Umbridge vibes.
Yeah.
But like a little less bad.
Yeah. Also, the president kicked Tina out of the meeting yesterday when she was trying to tell her about Newt, so she can't get mad at Tina for not telling her about Newt.
Yeah. Well, I think she does it to save face.
Yeah, probably.
I think she's like, oh, well, how could you not have told me about this? And she's like, I tried. You can literally hear Tina start to say, I tried.
Yeah.
But she's like, arrest them. And it's like, what?
Also, I wanted to say this note. I love how Newt's brother is this, like, world-renowned, like, war hero. And then Newt's just the problem child.
He is. It's like,
because they're like, Scamander. Do you see a Scamander?
You see a Scamander?
The war hero? And they're like, no, it's his little brother.
No, it's the same thing. It's like with the Weasleys. Oh, Bill Weasley? No, Charlie, his little brother who's obsessed with dragons.
Yeah.
Like, same vibe.
Why did you mention Weasleys? I'm still, like, upset about, like, all the April Fool's Day Weasley twin videos I saw. Because that's their birthday.
Don't even tell me about it. I know. I saw like 4 or 5 that I was like, why are we doing this?
Yes. So then they get like thrown in wizard jail.
Yeah.
And then this is when we get more of the weird teen girl that is creepy as hell.
Yes. Okay. I can't remember when, but at one point, Newt says, not really, no, I tend to annoy people.
Oh, that was before. Because I wrote that note, and I feel that.
Me too! I wrote, I feel that, not really, no, I tend to annoy people.
Yeah, so my notes are, it takes place in between the creatures that Jacob is feeding are cute as well. Niffler, I've mastered the ability. So it's somewhere in there.
It's somewhere in between there. So it's between getting out of the case and...
like, walking through. I think it's, like, right before the jewelry store. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I know we're going back a little bit, but speaking of the jewelry store, this is the second time they've had a run-in with the law. Like, how are people just, like, not after them more?
Yeah.
Like, you'd think at this point they're, like, FBI wanted, like, criminal masterminds.
They're not FBI wanted.
I don't understand. Anyway, okay, so they get thrown in wizard jail.
Also, in wizard prison, why didn't they obliviate Jacob, like, before, like, and not throw him in with them?
Right?
Like,
you would think they would do it instantly.
Did. But, like, why is he still in, like, wizard prison when they go to interrogate Newt?
I don't know why they didn't.
They only mention Dumbledore in this film for the, like, fan servicey bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely for the fan servicey bit. There's no reason he's not.
Yeah,
that he should have been mentioned.
We did not need one of your teachers vouch for you. What makes Albus Dumbledore so different?
Yeah, like, that's such a throwaway line. It's so not needed. It was literally just for people to be like, ha ha ha, I get that.
Yeah. Also, the
honestly,
death penalty in Wizarding America is awful.
Oh, right? Just fuck it over.
Like,
just
the, like, creepy,
like the
creepy, what's her name? Or no, we don't even get a name for her, but the creepy lady that's like, don't that look good? Like, the really, like,
that was
Southern
weird.
lady.
She's like, I don't know, that was creepy.
I feel like they made it this way so they could give Tina flashback without making it feel like exposition.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No, I get it. They want to give her more of a character story, but she's not the type of character to open up about her background. So they needed to give her some way of knowing her background.
Yeah.
Without making it feel expositional. This way, it's thrown into the story.
I hate my next note. We'll get to it in a little bit. It has to do with the like, bar that they go to.
Oh, okay, hold on. Before that, though, I have a few things before that. So, you know when they're taking him away into the wizard jail, when they're taking Newt?
Yes.
And he's just screaming about, don't hurt my creatures, don't hurt my creatures. That just, like...
yeah.
That just, like, ouch. That really hurt me.
Also, we completely forgot to talk about the death of the mayor in between all this.
Oh, right? It's such a throwaway bit to me. I'm like, this is not important. That literally serves no purpose other than the fact to show that he's dangerous. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what else is there for this? There's nothing with this storyline.
Yeah.
It just adds a little bit more context. It fleshes it out a little.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, also, I love in the scene where Queenie goes to get Jacob when they're gonna obliviate him.
Yes.
And she uses her femininity so hard, and it's so great. I love it. She uses it as like a weapon and as an advantage.
Yes.
And I love seeing that in like historical stuff. Like there's this one show that my mom and I watched, and it was like 4 seasons, and it was so good on Netflix. It was called Cable Girls. We watched the whole thing. It's so good. It takes place in the 20s too. And that whole thing is about these women who use their femininity to their advantage, and they're like murderers and stuff. It's really good.
Okay.
So
yeah, they break out and they go to the nightclub
vibe.
with the goblin.
Yes. And my thought was, OMG, is that a mafioso goblin?
So the first note I have for this scene is, I never thought I'd see a sexy house elf. The house elf singer lady?
I don't think she's a house elf. I
think she's a house elf or like a goblin or something.
I think she's just an elf.
Okay, I thought she was a house elf.
No, house elves are a lot shorter than that.
True.
And even the female ones are like wrinkly.
Yeah.
They're like Shar-Pei
She's like
puppies.
some sort of like goblin or something though.
Yeah, she's like a goblin elf thing.
Yeah. Also, my uncle's a house elf.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When he's like, what, you never seen a house elf before? Oh, no, my uncle's a house elf. It's like, what? Nope.
Yeah.
Good try, but nope.
Yeah.
Also, I feel so bad in this scene when the mafioso guy is like, I'm gonna need more than just your money. And he wants Pickett.
I know.
And he tries to take Pickett from Newt. And it's just like, he doesn't want to let go. It's so sad.
Yeah. So then, does the ginger die when Credence kills Barebone Lady?
Does the ginger?
Chastity, or what? The teen one.
I think so, yeah.
Because, like, she just disappears.
I think she did too.
Okay.
And I think that...
I just called her the ginger because I couldn't remember her name in the moment when writing that note.
But she's not even a ginger. She's blonde.
She's, like, reddish blonde in that
like
lighting.
Strawberry blonde.
Yeah, like a strawberry blonde.
She's like a blonde in the rest of the movie.
I know.
Anyway, it's like in the second movie when Queenie first comes back. I'm like, why is her hair bright red?
Yeah.
We'll get there. So, yeah, I think she was gone too.
Okay.
And then so Barebone
dies.
Credence kills Barebones
Yes.
and the other sister, and then
we get to the store with the Aquamancy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. And the, like, weird monkey thing.
Yes.
The Demiguise, I think is what it's called?
The Demiguise, yeah.
Okay. And we get, like, the, like, weird chase scene. And also, I completely forgot this movie took place in December until I saw the Santa Claus in the store. And
Dude,
was,
me
like,
too.
This is the most random piece of crap in this movie.
Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, yeah, this is supposed to be December.
Yeah, I think it's because the 3 Americans are all Jewish. So then it was like, we're not going to get Christmas-related stuff.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Like,
they're like, Macy's, we gotta.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we get we get the scene with the cockroach in the teapot.
Yes.
Throw the cockroach into the teapot.
Yes.
The
Aquamancy.
Yes, the Aquamancy goes down in. Speaking of the Aquamancy, we totally forgot when they first go into the case and Newt picks him up and he goes, "It's okay, Mummy's here, Mummy's here." It's like,
So cute. So cute.
So cute.
And then we go back into the case, and that's when we get the whole Lita Lestrange weird backstory.
Yeah. And it's like, she's not even that important. Okay, move on.
Not even the second one, but we'll get to it.
Not even in the second one is she important. We'll get there. I talked about this with my mom. I was like, why does she die? I don't know. She's not that important. Doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Also, why get such a big, like, name for Lita? Zoe Kravitz? Like, daughter of Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah. I don't know. So anyway, then they go...
Yeah, we go back into the case, and then we go out of the case to find Credence.
Yes, in the subway.
Yeah. And then
Which is gorgeous, by the way.
I know, right?
It's so pretty.
And then that's when we get Graves being like, no, we can use him.
Yeah. And then you're like, hold up. Maybe this guy's been a villain the whole time. Which is like, you kind of know. This is one of those things where it's like supposed to be a twist, but you kind of know from the beginning.
Here's the thing. Did Graves exist prior to the movie? Like, to the events of the movie? Prior to Grindelwald becoming Graves? If so,
I think
what
not.
happened to him?
It could have been like a Barty Crouch Jr. situation where he's like locked up in like a trunk somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of polyjuice potion. I don't think so.
I just don't know.
I just don't think so. I think it's just some random... I think he just made it up.
Yes. And then we get giant fight. We get the Grindelwald reveal.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
They had the same haircut. Like, they weren't even trying.
No, I know. I was, like, watching it, and I was like, the haircut's kind of the same. He kind of has this, like, skunk stripe thing going on that I'm like, okay, it kind of looks like it's Grindelwald. And then he transforms, and it's Grindelwald, and you're like, shocker. It's, like I said, it's one of those movies. I saw this
movie with my friends Colby and Kristen for their first times, and they were a little shocked, but, like, not too shocked when it happened.
Yeah, it's not one of those things where you're just like, what? It's
like we watched both movies in one day, which was...
So did I.
A time.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
So then the
rain. The magical rain.
Yes. Well, first they quote unquote kill Credence, which they don't. Which I was like, at the very end, you can see the little wispies of like what's left of him, like smoky away, and I was like, he's not dead. Nope. He's just.
So you hadn't seen the second one?
I hadn't until yesterday. But it was one of those things where it's like, even watching the first one for the first time, I was like, oh, he's coming back in the second one, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's like a Voldemort situation. You think he's dead. He's not really dead.
Yeah.
So then the rain happens.
The magical rain.
My biggest gripe with this rain
is how did it work on the people inside?
How did it work on the people inside? One. And two, why aren't the wizards obliviated too?
It's only bad memories. Newt says that earlier in the film.
But it doesn't mean that to the wizards, it would still be a bad memory for them.
True. I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't know why. It just doesn't work. I don't know. I feel like this is such a cop-out answer.
Yeah, because Newt mentions, like, when they talk about the extract removing bad memories, and then he's shocked that it didn't erase half of Jacob's memories.
I know. It's like, I don't understand. I don't get it.
Also, why is Newt taking a boat? Flu powder exists. Can flu powder not go across countries?
I'm sure it could. He could also, like, apparate and disapparate.
Exactly.
I mean, they do it in Harry Potter. They do it when they go to the tournament in Germany.
Exactly.
And you're going over the canal, like, or the, you know, England's an island.
Exactly. So why?
I don't know. It bothers me. Same thing with, like, in the second movie. We'll get there. Okay.
Also, I want the bakery to exist in real life.
Same. Put it in
Universal Studios Orlando. Please put it in when you guys make Epic Universe. Because we all know that you're going to have to put Harry Potter into Epic Universe anyway. So do it Fantastic Beasts and have his bakery.
Yes. And with the little Niffler, they're so cute. the little Niffler breads and the little
the rumpet, like, I don't
crumpet.
like crumpet or whatever it was.
It's like a croissant.
Yeah.
And then like the oh gosh, what's the other one? The monkey thing.
The demi guys.
The demi guys.
The cinnamon roll or whatever it was.
Yes, they were so cute.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, what do you rate this movie out of 10?
I'll stick with the 8.5.
I give it like a solid 8.
Okay.
It's good, but it's not fantastic.
What do you think Rotten Tomatoes rated it?
Oh, I have no idea.
Critic and audience.
Critics, I say 68, audience 79.
You got audience
Did I get it?
right. You got audience right with 79.
Yeah!
And then the critics was 74.
Oh, okay. Not too bad. I mean,
I'm looking at the
definitely
next one,
not what I thought.
Let's get into this next one. So, I spelled magic zoologist wrong in this note. So the next one is called The Crimes of Grindelwald, and the synopsis is magic zoologist Newt Scamander joins forces with young Albus Dumbledore to prevent the devious Skeleton Grindelwald from raising pure-blood wizards to rule over all non-magical beings.
Okay, I have one major gripe with this movie.
I have many
huge major beef
I have
with
many
this
major
movie.
gripes with this movie.
Okay, cool. We'll get into it. So the director was David Yates. It came out in 2018. Cast includes Eddie Redmayne reprising his role as Newt Scamander, as well as Catherine Westerson as Tina, Alison Sudol as Queenie, Dan Folger as Jacob, Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, Jude Law as Dumbledore, which is so good. We didn't even know we needed it, and then we had it, and we were like,
I know,
yes. Right? Ezra Miller reprising his role as Credence, Zoe Kravitz as Lita Lestrange, Callum Turner as Theseus Scamander, Claudia Kim as Nagini, and Brontes, Jodorowsky as Nicholas Flamel, which that's another thing where it's like he did nothing.
Yeah. So the two fun facts in this movie is Tom Riddle, Lord Voldemort, is estimated to be less than a year old when this film takes place. In Chamber of Secrets, which takes place in 1992, the chamber has been opened 50 years prior in 1942. And it is said that Tom Riddle turned 16 in the same year, so he was born in 1926, and this movie is set in 1927. And then the other one is, this movie features the first time in Beast franchise history that actors from the Harry Potter movies have reprised their roles. Jamie Campbell Bower as young Grindelwald and Toby Regbo as young Dumbledore, who both briefly appeared in Deathly Hallows Part 1.
And Jamie Campbell Bower was also Anthony in Sweeney Todd.
Yes.
I saw it and I was like, oh, it's him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's good. Holy smokes, Emma.
I was mad.
You had like double the notes that I have.
I was mad. Okay,
so movie opens up and Newt's just chilling in his apartment by himself.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we get the like jailbreak scene.
Yes, that's true.
With the Thestrals. Also, why did they choose the darkest and rainiest night to move Grindelwald?
I don't know. I was like, that was stupid.
Thank you. Like, it should have been, like, the clearest day, like, the most beautiful day, not, like, the darkest and rainiest and scariest night. Like, what was it? It's because Halloween?
Because it's dramatic.
It was fucking Halloween, it felt like.
It was because it's dramatic.
And then I wrote, I'm already bored, and it was 7 minutes into the film, and we hadn't gotten Newt Scamander yet.
Honestly, same. I was like, this is far too long. And that whole thing with, like, the silver tongue thing, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then I didn't even realize that it was Credence in the back of the thing because he looked so different. I was like, oh,
wait,
this is...
It was Credence in the back?
Yes! See, she didn't even know. It's Credence who he switches places with.
No.
At least because he says his name in the thing.
Oh my god.
when they're in the little like carriage thing before they fly away, he says his name.
You're so right.
He's like, oh, don't worry, Credence, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what?
I'm laughing at one of my notes.
Huh?
I'm laughing at one of my notes. We'll get to it.
Okay. So then after that, we're with
we finally
Newt.
get Newt. And it's... Why
10
did they
minutes
focus
later.
on the stupid button shot?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Also,
what's up
what
with
the
this whole
fuck
button
was
thing.
that contraption? Like, this
What
is supposed to take
contraption?
place to... The, like, cleaning contraption.
The wand thing?
No. The, like, floor cleaner thing. It was, like, cleaning the floor. It was, like, right before Lita has just been introduced, and it breaks them up from being so close to each other. It's, like, cleaning the floor.
I don't remember this, and I just watched this yesterday. That's how unimportant it was to me.
I was like, this movie is supposed to take place prior to the events of Harry Potter, which means it has to exist then, too. And then I was like, why does this seem more high-tech than the Wizarding World in the 1990s, and we're in the 20s?
My point, I'll get into my point, but I have some thoughts about the advancements, quote unquote, that the Wizarding World made from between the 20s to the 90s. We'll get into it. So they get there to Newt's, and Jacob and Queenie show up.
Wait. We didn't get to Bunty, the most unrelevant character in this whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
Because I wrote like 20 notes about her.
About how irrelevant she is.
I went, who is Bunty? Is she who watches the rest of his beasts that don't go in his amazing suitcase? She is so thirsty. She is way too thirsty. How did Newt not remember the whole... Oh, wait, then we get into them coming in.
Yeah. See? She's, like, super into him.
Yeah.
But,
she's, like, way too thirsty. She's like, you can take off your shirt.
and it's like, he's like, nope, done. Okay, next, moving on. Okay.
And
now can I talk about Jacob and Queenie getting there?
Oh, my God. Yes.
Okay. So they get there, and Jacob is like,
hi.
He's high AF. And she's like, oh, we're getting engaged. And Newt's like, I don't think so.
He's like, what's going on?
Yeah, he's like, what's up, Queenie? And she's like, nothing, we're just so happy. And he like just spills the water all over his face.
Yes.
Which I think they played it for laughs, which it was okay.
It was so bad.
It was okay. It wasn't great.
Okay.
So then he gets unenchanted by Newt, and she's all upset about it.
And then we get, where's Tina? And then she's like, oh, she's mad at you because of this magazine cover. And then they show it. Why was Lita standing so close to Newt and not like her actual fiance?
And how would you mess that up?
Yeah, like...
It's like, how, no, that makes no sense. How would you mess that up?
Yeah, like, okay, that, like, I understand them wanting to do, like, drama to the whole Newt and Tina ship, even though, like, if you have the, like, Hogwarts Library, Fantastic Beasts book that J.K. Rowling made in, like, 2009, 2010, to raise money for charity, which I do, it literally says in the About the Author section about Newt is now retired to his wife, Tina.
Yeah, so it's like, you know they're gonna end up together.
Yeah.
But like, it bothers me so much that it's like messed up. It's like, how do you mess that up? His brother is Theseus. He is Newt. Those are very different names.
Especially because Theseus is the war hero.
Yeah, everybody knows him.
One. Theseus, Commander, the war hero?
No,
his little brother.
No. Yeah, no, his little brother. No, okay, that's just like, that one really upset me to begin with. I was like, bro, what? But I did think when Queenie like storms off and like Jacob follows her and they're out in the street and he's like, you didn't have to enchant me, I'm already enchanted by you. I was like, okay, that's pretty cute.
And then he's like, where am I? And Newt's like, you're in London.
He's like,
I've
like,
always
wanted to go here.
And he's just so mad about it.
He really is. I mean, I would be pretty upset too. I mean, he does have a point.
Yes.
Like, I see her perspective, but I also see his. So basically, it's established in the first one that muggles and witches and wizards can't get married.
In America.
And so Queenie takes him to London so that they can get married because she wants to get married. And he's like, no, I don't want to put you in jeopardy. Like, I don't want that to happen to you. Like, I'm not even supposed to know about all this stuff. Like no. Yeah. And so that's where that whole argument comes from. Which is
How do you feel about Tina's detective look? I don't like it.
I don't like her new haircut.
I hate her new haircut. I
don't like her new haircut.
I think her detective look would have looked better with her old hair.
I agree. But I think with the old... no, I like it. I like it with the old hair. I was going to say, I think with the old hair, it might have looked a little too Agent Carter-y, but no, I think it was different enough.
Yeah.
Also, she wouldn't have worn pants.
Yeah, she wouldn't have.
Like, they never would have issued her pants. She would have to, like, provide her own, which she might have. I don't know, but I don't know. Yeah. I think she would probably be wearing a skirt, if anything. Bad. I don't like the pants.
I don't like it.
Okay. Anyway.
And then we get Credence aged, like, 5 years in the span of 3 months.
Yes. At this carnival thing. And I was like...
Like, evil circus. Also... Can we talk about how J.K. Rowling is always like, I always knew that Nagini was going to be a person snake all along. No, she did not.
No way.
That is a freaking lie.
No way.
Why is why? Because Nagini is like the Nagini.
Yeah. Because like he says in the movie,
Nagini.
Yeah, like he says in the movie, she's going to turn into a snake and then she'll be a snake forever.
Yes.
Are
we supposed to ship Credence and Nagini?
I think so.
I
think they're supposed to be together.
Okay.
I think they're together in this movie.
Okay.
Which I like. I don't know. I kind of like it. It's kind of cute.
I don't know.
Like his whole story is that he longs for a family of his own.
Yeah.
And like with her, I think he has that, but he doesn't realize it. That she is that for him.
Yeah.
Because it's not what, like, a family looks like.
Yeah.
You know, like, in quotes, like, his idea of a family is, like, mother, father, brother, sister.
Mm-hmm.
Or just parents. I don't, you know.
Yeah.
So
we get circus outbreak.
Yeah.
Like, everyone leaves the circus.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get... Is this when we get the Aurors at Hogwarts? For the first time?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah, because we get the Aurors and then we get the, like, flashback.
Yeah. No, yes. Not yet. First, they escape from the carnival.
Yes.
And then Newt and Jacob have to get to Paris first.
Oh, yeah.
This is my problem with it. Again, why don't you just, like, apparate over to Paris? Like, or use a
well, apparation, you have to have, like, a license to, like, almost like a driver's license. So I understand him, like, not being able to
what about a port
country.
key, then?
Isn't that what they use?
Is it a port key? Yeah, I guess it is a port key.
Right?
No, it's a bucket.
Or a bucket, yeah.
Okay, I guess it is a port key.
Okay. Yeah, so then we get to Paris, and they see the circus, and then the Aurors are like, where's Newt? And that's when we go back to witches and wizards and magical feasts. To goblins and ghosts and to magical feasts. It's all that I love.
Not yet, because he does the gold stuff first.
Yeah, I said he, like, finds the circus.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then I wrote, again, with this gold stuff, how does nobody see this ish? Like, nobody sees the weirdo on the street just going, like, blowing stuff
or, like, licking
everywhere.
The ground? Like, he fully licked the ground.
He literally did. I was like, did he actually lick the ground? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, when they travel, also we see Queenie going to the French ministry. And what I want to know is when they travel to all these other different like countries and stuff, how do they know where all these places are? Like, how do they know, yes, go to this fountain, stand on this thing, and then it'll like make an elevator and you'll go down, you know?
I don't know.
It's like, how
There must be like Wizarding World, like, travel
maps?
guides.
Must be.
Of like, here's all the wizarding sites that you need to see in this country.
Here's how to get to the ministry, like that kind of thing. Okay. So then we go back to the carnival. Well, not to the carnival.
No.
They're already packed up at this point. But I wrote, Credence looks so different, almost like James Franco, but not.
Yeah.
Do you get that vibe too?
Yeah.
The short haircut, the like more chiseled jaw. I'm like, okay, James Franco-y, but not James Franco. Then we go to Hogwarts.
Then we go back to Witches and Wizards and Magical Beasts, to Goblins and Ghosts and Magical Beasts. Also, I love the navy Hogwarts uniform.
Me too.
And then in the books, Dumbledore says that he's the Transfiguration professor, but he was like definitely the like Defense Against the Dark Arts professor. But I think it's because they aged McGonagall back, because according to the original Pottermore articles, she was born in 1935, yet the like majority of this film takes place in 1927.
Yeah.
And she's like
she looks like she's in her 20s.
Yeah, like 20-year-old professor.
So it looks like she was born in like 1900 or like 1907.
Yeah. J.K. Rowling, like the day that this movie was released, took off her year on the Pottermore thing when people started looking it up and trying to figure out how old. Yeah, because you can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
Except for
because
Pottermore
it doesn't
archives.
line up anymore. It doesn't make any sense.
Another weird character name to throw out happens again in Dumbledore's classroom before the flashback. And it's McLaggen. They do the last name McLaggen. And McLaggen is the guy that flirts with Hermione in the 6th book. The, like, Quidditch guy that is against Ron during the tryouts.
Oh my gosh, that's like such a deep cut.
Thank you. I was like,
that's like such a deep cut. And it's like, is it what, his grandfather?
Probably.
His
yeah,
father?
Probably his grandfather. Because we get in the first one, when we see all the newspapers go by, there's like real quick you can see it, and it's the Potter's hair potion. Like the potion that Harry's grandfather made that got all the Potter riches.
Yeah.
So this is like right around the grandfather's age. So yeah. And then we get the Hogwarts flashback in the 1910s.
Yes. And Minnie is still a professor.
Yes.
Which I was like...
Also, the kid that they got to play young Newt looked so much like Eddie Redmayne.
Oh, right? Also, I loved Mama Minnie's dress from then. Like her little teacher's outfit. It was so cute.
Also, I feel her, like, the kid that was like, it was Lena Strange, she's so awful. And then she, like, zipped his lips back up.
I know.
I was like, I feel that.
Yeah, that's where she gets that, okay, no, done with you vibes from.
Yeah.
Love her.
Also, then we got out of it and we got the Queenie interaction.
Wait, before. My one of my biggest gripes with this movie is when did Dumbledore
switch from nice ass tuxedos
just like a 3-piece suit, you know, a jacket, a vest, nice suit, to carpet as a robe and pointy hats.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Yeah.
And then, same thing with Mama Minnie. She does the exact same thing. She's wearing these super cute little, like, dresses and, like, outfits. And then we see her in these, like, giant, elaborate, like, whoosh robes.
Yeah.
Like, what? When did this happen? I don't understand.
Yeah, and then we get the whole Queenie interaction on the streets with like her hearing everyone speaking. Right?
Yes.
Oh wait, no. This is when she's with Grindelwald, and she's like, "I know who you were."
Oh yeah. Oh, also the mirror of Ezred.
Did you write it like that? No, that's after the Queenie.
Is it after the Queenie thing?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I wrote in my notes. I just realized I've been so bored. I was scrolling through TikTok, so I missed the whole Queenie interaction with Grindelwald.
I did too. I got bored. I wasn't even paying. I paid attention to about half of this movie. It's tough.
So bad.
It's too long.
I told you I watched this in like pretty much a week. Like it took me a week to watch this movie.
Yeah,
for the show.
It
was bad.
Hard.
It was bad.
Yeah. So
then we get the mirror
is being a manipulative SOB to Queenie.
Yeah.
Then that's pretty much it. He's like, "Come, join me. I know you want to be with your love, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And then we see Dumbledore with the Mirror of Ezred, and we see that they were, like, the flashback of, like, them as kids, and then there's that. There's, like, nothing to it.
The blood pact.
Yeah.
We see them make the blood pacts, like, briefly.
Which is, like, so brief. And, like, okay, next.
Yeah. I don't like the blood pact.
I love when they pull that parasite out of that guy's eye and Jacob takes it and he goes, "Calamari."
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then I wrote, "Okay, JK about the James Franco thing."
Yeah, I didn't write another note until me writing, Warner Brothers just loves giving Zoe Kravitz characters that have tragic backstories, don't they?
And no plot line. That was the face of you said it, not me.
That's a topic. That's a topic for Batman. The Robert Pattinson Batman, because she plays Catwoman in it.
Oh.
Who also has a tragic backstory.
Okay.
Family backstory. Which is why I made that reference.
Got it. Okay, so then we finally meet Nicholas Flamel, which is like, again, this is kind of egregious. There's no reason he's here.
Yeah.
He does absolutely nothing to help
No,
them.
he just makes like the stupid like shield thing.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then I wrote, "What is this plot?" What is this plot? They go to that like Pantheon thing.
To get the information about the Lestrange household.
Yeah. And they walk in on basically like Grindelwald being Voldemort.
Grindelwald, yeah.
Yeah, doing
with like showing them World War II visuals.
Yeah, which I was like, they were like, "Oh, another war," and I'm like, you can't stop that. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah,
like World War II happened for a very good reason, I think. Like the whole point was to stop the guy who was persecuting and killing a lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
well, and the last movie will take place at the year that World War II ended. So it's literally like Grindelwald is Hitler. Wizarding Hitler.
Why?
I don't know.
This is so egregious. This makes no sense to me. But okay. Okay. And this is supposed to be this isn't even the first Wizarding War. This is like, what is this? This is like the Great Wizarding War? I don't even know.
I don't know. Because
the first one is supposed to be Voldemort's. So, in theory, according to what J.K. Rowling set up from the beginning,
is Dumbledore's duel with Grindelwald in 1935.
Yes, that's all we're supposed to get is the duel. That's it.
1935?
I don't know what year it's in.
I think
but all we're supposed to get is the duel because you have the first Wizarding War, which was with Voldemort, and the second Wizarding War, which was with Voldemort and Harry. Like,
yeah,
that's it. There's not supposed to be like a one before that. So it just doesn't make any sense. I just think this is like, at this point, it's like too egregious. And it's like getting to a point where it's like money grabby. you know?
Oh, it's
like
very money grabby.
They're relying on the name and the nostalgia of Harry Potter to get the dollars and to get the people in the seats. Does that mean I'm still going to go see the third one? Absolutely. Because this movie ends on a freaking cliffhanger. There's no battle.
Yeah.
Do you know how infuriating that is? That there's literally zero conflict.
Girl, I've been waiting since 2018 for the third one.
I know. There's literally zero conflict in this movie.
1945. I was close enough.
Close enough. But like,
but
there's zero conflict in this movie. The biggest conflict is when they're in that like circle with the fire, and then he kills Zoe Kravitz's character, which was like, okay, who cares? And then Queenie goes into join him, and I was like, yeah, we all kind of knew that was gonna happen. And then
Credence joins him.
Which we were like, yeah, we knew that was happening too. And then they go to Hogwarts, and then he goes out to go fight Dumbledore, and that's the end.
Yeah. Yeah. So shall we talk about the stupid twist?
What, that Credence is supposedly a Dumbledore?
Well, first of all, that Lita Lestrange on the fucking Titanic switched Credence with her brother with Credence.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's pretty much Titanic, if not like the actual
It's Titanic. It's the Titanic.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
And then they're like, no, you're not a Lestrange. We don't know who you are. And then they're like, you're a Dumbledore, which makes no fucking sense.
I don't think it's true. I think it's Grindelwald trying to mess with his head, and I hope that's what the answer is, because if it's not, I'm going to riot. Because there's no way. There's 3 Dumbledore children, that's it.
Yeah, and it's Ariana, Aberforth, and Albus.
And Albus, yes. I almost called him Dumbledore. Bitch, they're all Dumbledore.
I'm just mad.
I am too. No, I was like, what
is me?
This movie just
and I don't even
want to
like see it in theaters like the third one, but I'm going to with my friends.
See, here's the thing about this movie. It doesn't know what direction it wants to go in.
Yes.
It goes in about 5 different directions, and nothing really fits together or makes sense.
I think what they did wrong with this whole series is it was supposed to be a trilogy, and then J.K. Rowling during the press tour for the first one was like, haha, no, it's going to be 5 movies. Like,
which is too much.
And that was the first time the cast even heard that it was going to be 5 movies, and they're like, ah, shit, we now signed a 5-movie contract. You could see it in their faces, like, oh, what did we get ourselves into?
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to get into the Johnny Depp. I'm going to get mad.
We're not going to get into it, but let's just say I don't think that it's fair.
It's definitely not fair.
It's not fair. Yep, that's all I'm going to say. And, yeah. I just don't think this movie is good. The first one is cute standalone.
It should have just been standalones. Like, we should have just gotten, like, the Hogwarts library and do, the history of Quidditch, the Fantastic Beasts, and then Tales of the Beetle Bard. Beetle the Bard.
And I think the 4 Founders.
Yeah, and the 4 Founders. We shouldn't have gotten 5 Fantastic Beasts movies, especially because like they're now turning into the Albus Dumbledore story and not the Newt Scamander story.
Yeah, because it's like, who cares?
If you want to make
an
Albus Dumbledore story, make Albus Dumbledore story. Not we're going to call it Fantastic Beasts, but it's really Albus Dumbledore story.
Yeah, no, I don't like that either. Because it's Newt's story, not Dumbledore's story.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that Dumbledore can't be there, because I do like seeing Jude Law. I do love Jude Law as Dumbledore. I think he's a great actor. And notice how like we're saying that like the actors are great in this movie. The actors are fantastic. The acting is wonderful. Yeah. It's the story that has the problems.
Yeah.
And there's too many plot holes. There's too many plot holes that just don't make sense. So, anyway, I give it a 6 out of 10. I'm sticking to it.
5.5.
Okay.
What do you think Rotten Tomatoes as I pull it up? Critic and audience.
Critics, 52. Audience, 63.
Neither one are correct.
Dang.
Critic is a 36%.
Good.
And then audience is a 54.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I believe it.
Yeah. So, shall we
don't
get
know.
into some of this fandom news? To
Yeah,
get us on
there's a lot
happier
of-
moment?
Yeah, there's a lot of fandom news, and that movie, I don't like it
Yes.
anymore.
Yes. I feel that.
So, yeah.
You are first, my dear.
Oh, I am first. The Academy Awards were this past weekend on March 27th, and the Academy Award winners include Ariana DeBose for Best Supporting Actress, Encanto for Best Animated Feature, and Cruella for Best Costume Design.
Hillary Clinton joins the Into the Woods cast as the voice of the giant in the Arkansas Repertory Theater.
Which I was like, what?
I know. I was like, this is the
was
most
like-
random things. I need to put it in our news.
I was like, this has to be an April Fool's prank. No way is this real. It's real. Lincoln Center Theater will bring the world of Lerner and Loewe's Camelot to vibrant life once again when it produces a new version of the classic tale reimagined for the 21st century. The musical will feature a book by Academy and Emmy Award-winning writer Aaron Sorkin, based on the original book by Alan J. Lerner and direction by Bartlett Sher.
Producers of the Tony Award-winning Broadway production of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child announced today, which I don't know when this was, but announced that Steve Haggard will now be playing the role of Harry Potter, and Angela Reed will rejoin the Broadway company on Tuesday, May 3rd, in the role of Jenny Potter.
Cute.
Which it felt so weird to say Jenny Potter and not Jenny Weasley.
Right? The cast and creative team for Broadway-bound limited engagement of The Kite Runner at the Hayes Theater this summer has been announced. Based on Khalid Hosseini's internationally best-selling novel, the production comes to New York from 2 successful first seasons in London's West End.
The upcoming Drury Plaza Hotel Orlando has been added to the list of Walt Disney World Resort area hotels with early entry access. The new hotel is scheduled to open on October 27th and will be located near Disney Springs.
Space Mountain at Disneyland is to temporarily become Hyperspace Mountain once again ahead of May the 4th.
Disney Plus will be expanding to 42 more countries and 11 new territories in May and June.
The Piano Lesson, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Danielle Brooks, and John David Washington, will arrive on Broadway beginning performances on Monday, September 19th of 2022 at the St. James's Theater.
Academy Award nominee and Globe and Emmy-winning actress Sharon Stone will play villain Victoria Cord in Blue Beetle. Victoria Cord is going to be playing a character created for the movie. And additionally, Raoul Max
Trulio?
Trujillo?
No idea.
Trujillo will play Carapax, the Indestructible Man, in the same film.
A Moon Knight character now appearing in Avengers Campus at Disney California Adventure starting on March 30th.
The beloved musical dinner show, Hoop-Dee-Doo Musical Review, returns this summer to Walt Disney World. Reservations will be available via DisneyWorld.com starting May 26th for showtimes beginning June 23rd.
Giancarlo Esposito, Jonas Samato, Daniel Logan, Claudia Gray, and more guests announced for Star Wars Celebration Anaheim 2022.
Normal character meet and greets are returning to the U.S. parks and resorts and the Disney Cruise Line starting on April 18th. So it will literally be like the week that this comes out.
I know. I can't wait to hug Eeyore. I just want to hug Eeyore
See, I just
bad.
can't wait for a Chewie hug again. I can't wait to meet Chewie again and hug Chewie.
I love Eeyore so much. Okay. Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi premiere date moved from May 25th to May 27th, and 2 new episodes will be debuted at once.
K-pop singer Luna to star in the new K-pop musical, which is all about the global K-pop phenomenon, will begin performances on Broadway with previews starting on Thursday, October 13th, 2022, in advance of an opening night on Sunday, November 20th, 2022.
An original Broadway cast recording of A Strange Loop, Michael R. Jackson's Pulitzer Prize-winning musical, is set to be released from Ghostlight Records and Yellow Sound label.
Miss Doubtfire will welcome new cast members to the company, all making their Broadway debut. Titus Landiger and Tyler Waldis will share the role of Christopher Hillard, while Austin L. Fisher and Ava Gale Prince will share the role of Natalie Hillard, and Renee Reed will also join the company as a swing. So the two characters, the Christopher Hillard and Natalie Hillard, are child actors.
Very nice.
So we got 4 new kids.
Woohoo! And last, but certainly not least, this is actually, we saved the best one for last.
And it literally happened right when we went to go record today. It is April 3rd.
The unofficial Bridgerton musical wins the Grammy for Best Musical Theater Album.
Can we talk about that for a second? They won against Andrew Lloyd Webber.
And won.
These 20-year-old girls.
Yes.
Women, not girls.
Women.
Yes.
I can't believe it. Well, I can, because it's so good.
It is.
I need this to be official now. Netflix, if you don't recognize this and start working with them, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Literally. It doesn't even have to be you can still do the series and continue the series even if you're working on a musical of the first season.
Yeah.
Or some of the first season and second season incorporated. The story can incorporate some of the stuff just to close things out. But,
yeah.
We need this to happen with a cast that is amazing, and I want to be a part of this. I want this to work. I want to see this happen.
I do too. Sorry,
even though I was literally just saying
Jeremy Jordan as Anthony.
Yes. Also, Jordan Fisher as
I'm so good.
As Simon.
Yes, I that was where my brain went, and I went, I'm gonna let Gaby say Jordan Fisher's name.
Jordan Fisher as Simon. Absolutely.
Yes.
Anyway, so I'm just so happy, and I want this to happen, and it's gonna be so good.
I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of you, Emily Bear and Abigail Barlow.
Me too. We should post this on the story.
We definitely should.
We're gonna post this. So, anyway, now our little... We'll see you guys in the outro now that we're done with our little fangirling for a moment.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Fan Fatales. We are a proud part of the Real Fans Podcast Network.
That's right, and if you want to check out more shows on the network, you can find them at rf4rm.com.
Join us next week where we will be talking all about the Disney Channel.
Remember to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts.
We are on Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcast, and subscribe to us on YouTube.
Please leave us a review and comment down below to let us know what you thought of the show. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FanFatalesPod for the latest updates and to possibly be featured in a future episode. Now, Emma, where can the people find you on social media?
So my Instagram and TikTok are both at SnippyEmma, which is SNIPPYEMMA. What about you, Gabs?
I'm Gaby Gent on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. That's GABYJENT.
Our music is by our amazing friend, Maddie Macon.
And our editing is by the wonderful Carol Lensmeyer.
As always, thanks for tuning in. Bye!
Bye! The views expressed in this episode do not reflect the brand or company they're about.